Hi, I'm Graham. Welcome back to manvfilm, and this is going to be a top 10 list of movies that you can watch right now on Amazon Prime US for the month of December 2019. Let's get started. Number 10, Bad Santa. The drunkard Willie and his partner, the midget Marcus, work once a year near Christmas dressed like Santa Claus and his helper elf in department stores. However, their intent is to rob the place in the Christmas Eve. When Willie meets a lonely fat boy and the hot bartender Sue, he learns the meaning of Christmas, as well as getting in a heap of trouble. I love my Christmas movies with a heavy dose of cynicism and dark humour, and Bad Santa delivers that in spades. If you're looking for a warm, comforting, lovely, heartwarming, endearing comedy teaching you the manners of Christmas, this isn't it. It's horrifying, it's disturbing, it's incredibly funny. Number 9, The Burbs. In a typical American neighbourhood, when some new neighbours come to live in the house next to Ray Peterson, these new people are strange. Nobody's ever seen them. Their house is a real mess, and during the night you can hear weird noises from their basement. The only thing they know is that their name is Klopeks. One day Walter, an old man in the neighbourhood, suddenly disappears, and everyone suspects the Klopeks of foul play. Joe Dante's terrific The Burbs is a masterclass of comedy. We get Tom Hanks in a fantastic role as this put-upon man who just wants to relax for the week, do nothing, but is drawn into these shenanigans by his weird and wacky neighbours, into a murder plot that may or may not have happened. The characters, the location, the jokes, everything just works. It is endlessly rewatchable, and The Burbs is one of my favourite movies of all time. Number 8, Major League. An exotic dancer marries the owner of a baseball club. He does not survive the honeymoon, and she is control of his ball club. She wants to move it to warmer climates where some new stadiums have been built, but her lease has only one escape clause: poor attendance. She fields the worst team she can find. The attitude of the owner gives the misfits and losers something to rally around, and they fight back. I love underdog sports stories with a tint of humour. This has jokes by the abundance, it is weird and wonderful characters, and it has that antagonist that you want to see, these upstarts, these nobodies that are written off from the start, just beat. It's remarkably fun, endearing, very simple, but very entertaining. Number 7, Creed 2. Adonis Creed is on top of the world after winning the WBC World Heavyweight Championship and successfully proposing to his girlfriend Bianca. But his world soon comes crashing down when Ivan Drago, the man who killed his father Apollo Creed, comes to America with his son to challenge the new champion and avenge his loss to Rocky Balboa 30 years prior. I'm a huge fan of the Rocky series, and when it's moved into this new iteration of Creed, I've just grown to love it even more. I love this stage of Rocky's career, and I love that this ties back to one of my favourite of the Rocky movies, bringing back Dolph Lundgren in a particularly fantastic role. There's a nice message behind it. It's got a terrific workout montage, which is the key to these things, and some rousing action. Number 6, Overlord. On the eve of D-Day, a paratrooper squad is set to destroy a German radio tower in an old church. However, their plane is shot down before they can reach their target, leaving only 5 apparent survivors. The team continue onward, running into a French woman named Chloe, who agrees to take them to the village where the radio tower is located. I have mixed feelings about Overlord. I think it opens extremely strongly with this scene of aircraft being targeted by ground fire, and it is visceral, it is wild and kinetic and just so in your face. It's fantastic, and the rest of the movie can never quite live up to that, and it's still fun as it moves into a sort of tense thriller middle part. When it gets to the end and it gets a little bit crazy with its sci-fi twist and its special effects laden finale, it gets a little bit muddled, but it's still a fairly decent and entertaining movie. Number 5, The Ring. A mysterious videotape is killing off anyone who watches it. Whenever the victim watches it, the phone rings, telling them they have only 7 days to live. A young reporter named Rachel is investigating these events, but after she and her small son watch the tape, it becomes a race against time to find out why the tape is killing everyone and how it could be stopped. Gore Verbinski's remake of the J-horror classic is remarkably accomplished. I do have some misgivings about some of the additions to the story, but for the most part, it is a compelling mystery. It has moments of sheer terror and shock, and it's just this driving force of Naomi Watts trying to save her son and herself from this supernatural entity hell-bent on destruction. If you haven't seen the original Ring or this remake, it is truly a nerve-shattering horror film that will get under your skin. It's really great. Number 4, Escape from New York. In the future, crime is out of control and New York City's Manhattan is a maximum security prison. Grabbing a bargaining chip right out of the air, convicts bring down the president's plane. Gruff Snake Plissken, a one-eyed lone warrior new to prison life, is coerced into bringing the president and his cargo out of this land of undesirables. I am a huge John Carpenter fan. I think he does his best work when he's teamed with Kurt Russell, and here now you get this fantastic science fiction movie of this dystopian future where all the undesirables are just left on their own to do with what they want. If they're going to murder each other, so be it. That's what's going to happen. Snake Plissken has to traverse the land with the president in tow to safely get him out, to get a pardon. And we get one of the most iconic anti-heroes ever with Kurt Russell's Snake Plissken, who is just fantastic. His delivery, his uninterest in doing what he has to do, his insane ability to just do it is captivating. It is a truly fantastic movie. Number 3, Phase 4. Desert ants suddenly form a collective intelligence and begin to wage war on the desert inhabitants. It is up to 2 scientists and a stray girl they rescue from the ants to destroy them. But the ants have other ideas. This is a really weird movie. We don't get a lot of characters. Like we said, we have these scientists who are studying these ants that have had a reaction to something and start to build these monolithic shapes that are rather weird and unusual. And they start to wage a war against these 2 scientists in this secure bunker that is, well, hard to describe really. It's incredibly effective. It's incredibly itch-inducing as you watch these ants attack these humans and you start to get a little bit itchy and cloy. It is really weird at the finale, this strange twist that it has. And altogether, it is a bit of a weird movie. But if you like weird and you're looking for something a little bit different, Phase 4 definitely has that for you. Hard one to describe, a great one to recommend. Number 2, The Report. Idealistic staffer Daniel Jones is tasked by his boss, Senator Dianne Feinstein, to lead an investigation of the CIA's detention and interrogation program created in the aftermath of 9/11. Jones' relentless pursuit of the truth leads to findings that uncover the lengths to which the nation's top intelligence agency went to destroy evidence, subvert the law, and hide a shocking secret from the American public. Adam Driver is great. Scott Z. Burns is one of my favourite writers, works a lot with Steven Soderbergh, and I was interested in his directing debut. This was a story that had me kind of captivated. You know, you had a subject matter that's important just as much now as it was when this true story happened, and you have this investigative nature of someone delving deep into all this paperwork, analysing the numbers to try and find the truth. And it starts off strong, but I feel like it's a little bit lost in its message and a little bit self-important takes over. It's still an interesting, if not memorable movie, but because of the performance and because of the nature of the tale, I think it's one that definitely should be checked out. Number 1, Suspiria. Young American dancer Susie Bannion arrives in 1970s Berlin to audition for the world-renowned Helena Marcos dance company. When she vaults to the role of lead dancer, the woman she replaced breaks down and accuses the company's female directors of witchcraft. Meanwhile, an inquisitive psychotherapist and a member of the troupe uncover dark and sinister secrets as they probe the depths of the studio's hidden underground chambers. The remake of Argento's Suspiria was kind of lauded and hated at the same time. Die-hard fans didn't really seem to like this one. I really loved it, and I love the original Suspiria as well. It's close enough to that source material, but different enough to make it interesting to watch. I really loved the dance sequences, the performances, the mood and atmosphere created within this wonderful movie. And then there is the finale that just blew me away. We had all this build up and characters and how everybody related to one another, and then we get gore, absolutely jaw-dropping gore, bloody murder at the end of it that is wow inducing. I loved Suspiria. Every minute of its 2.5 hour runtime was perfect for me and highly recommended this month. There we have it, 10 movies for you to check out this month on Amazon Prime. I hope you find something there that you love. Let me know in the comment box your thoughts on this list, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.